3, 2, 1.
What's happening, Toku Nation, and welcome to a brand new video on the Power Astro channel. And also, happy Halloween to everybody who lives in the West, and to everybody else, welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Now today we're going to be talking about Godzilla, 1945. Not 45, 54. That's the right year. And, I mean, this is probably going to be a pretty short review. But, as always, be sure to like, comment, also subscribe. The next goal is going to be 1,000 subscribers. So, yeah, I want to keep growing. We're going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And we're just going to keep having fun on here. And we're going to keep talking about Tokyo and doing other stuff as well, since I have a lot planned for the future. So, stay tuned for all that. With all that being said, let's get to the review. So, honestly, there's not really a whole lot to say about this movie, but I will be talking a bit about some of the things that I feel is the most noteworthy. But first, we're going to talk on stuff that isn't really noteworthy. And the whole deal is that this movie doesn't really have much when it comes to like plot and story and characters. Those things are still there, but they're not really much talking points, honestly. And this movie seems to be more about the themes that it's trying to convey in the movie. The themes of nuclear war, bad. Atomic bombs, bad. Giant robot, not giant robot, giant lizard destroying cities, bad. So it's best to not use these nuclear weapons, or the unintended consequences will be disastrous for everybody involved. And in this movie, the unintended consequences is a giant lizard coming in and destroying everything and killing a lot of people. Well, actually, a lot is probably like more of the aftermath of its rampage, Godzilla's rampage, rather than like during the rampage a lot of people die. I mean, in the beginning there's a few people that die. I'm not gonna say how or why. But it's like, there's a lot of death, but there isn't, like, we don't get to see a whole lot of it. We get to, like, you know, we don't get to see a lot of death, but it's pretty much implied. So, this movie really does a good job with hammering in those themes, because, like, the whole reason why Godzilla is here in the first place is, well, supposedly, that nuclear bomb was dropped in the ocean and it like exploded and probably destroyed habitat like Godzilla was in, and basically now it's pretty mad at us and trying to destroy everything. Yeah, it's kind of the gist of it. But it's just, this movie really is not a movie that's about like us defeating Godzilla and basically getting revenge and pretending it back to sea or killing it. Honestly, this movie is not really really happy in tone. This tone is actually pretty sad. It's actually pretty meek. It's actually pretty bleak. And things do not seem to be like we're gonna like defeat Godzilla. We just need to figure out what it is, what does it want, and how do we stop it, rather than like focusing big on we need heroes in order to stop it, because that's not what this is. This isn't really a hero story. This isn't really like us beating a monster story. This is a monster destroying everything story, and we have to do whatever it takes in order to stop it, or it will keep destroying everything. And it's just not really that happy of a movie. After watching it, it really messed with my head a little bit because it was super sad. And everything around it wasn't really all that great either. But I really think that this movie is very important due to like the special effects because Super Riot actually worked on this movie and like all the special effects for like the 50s is actually really well done. Everything from the miniatures to Godzilla himself to all of the explosions and it's just really good. And this movie is really good, but it's not really all about like compelling characters or like incredible action, even though the destruction that Godzilla causes is actually pretty good. And it really doesn't really have a whole lot. It's a pretty standard, not pretty standard, it's a pretty basic story. But the fact that this is like more of a serious movie, that's more of a sad movie, that's more of a bleak movie, it really does make you think about like nuclear warfare and different like weapons that humanity has created and how that could really screw up with everything and cause a lot of destruction and mayhem and a lot of death that we won't be able to like reverse since damage is already done. So it's just one of those things. And I would very much recommend this movie to like Toku watchers who really like special effects since special effects are really good. And just people who like kaiju movies. I think this is a very good kaiju movie. And just like if you're not really for the more serious, more theme heavy, not even theme heavy, more like theme getting cracked against your head, then you're probably not really gonna like this movie. Honestly. If there was more, then I probably could say more. But honestly, you have to watch it in order to encounter it yourself. And yeah, they still defeat Godzilla. But the way they do it is actually kind of bad. Well, kind of sad. So I'm going to leave that to you to watch for yourselves in order to see what that's all about. That all being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, of course, like. Also comment down below what you think of the video and Godzilla. And also what are some other kaiju movies that I should watch. And maybe suggest some Ultraman because I want to talk about that. And also be sure to subscribe so we can talk more Toku. And we're going to get into some writer stuff next month. And maybe another Sentai. I'm sorry I haven't. I just been watching Lupat and it's really good. So I don't know if I want to talk about that next. But yeah. That all being said, see you all next time. Peace.